After our drawing study, we already have a better idea of how we're going to use this space. So I'm going to have a little bit more space at the lower part. So I'm going to try to move this a little bit higher, like that. And as you put the line over here, you may not really know exactly how the whole composition will look. So I'm going to first put the main object here. I'm going to have the main object actually come out a little bit, almost like a right in the middle over here. And that's just good. I try to give you a little bit more attention. Okay, every time you can refresh your thinking, your thought about the whole painting ideas, compositions. You take whatever information, visual information from the reference, but you still have to put it back together the way you want it. Okay, that's good. Just a little bit simple shape. Recompose it with your own idea. I'm going to take a look at, I want this mountain coming like leading the attention into the main object. So everything needs to service the main object, right? Okay, here we go. I'm going to have this. Now I feel like, do I need to even move this even higher? Let's see. I'm going to move this group of shape over here a little bit higher. I like that shape over here too. And make sure I have enough space for the pine tree on the left side over here, like that. Okay, painting the shape of the shadow, like that. This is a nice hill. I can make the hill even bigger if I want to. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to make sure I have enough attention into this light shape. The sun directly light at the footer of the mountain. Okay. As you started the painting, you don't need to put too much of thick paint because you don't really have a reason for that. There's nothing for you to cover. And there's some small house over here, which is we're going to describe that. And then take a look at the mountain in the middle, in the distance. Okay, here you go. I might have this mountain change the shape a little bit because the tip over here is just a little bit too sharp. So I'm going to change that to be a little bit smoother. Okay, that's good. You might be thinking about that. Is this, wow, you can change everything, and we try not to change everything, but if something take too much distraction away from the main object, I would try to change it to make it a little bit softer, right? That's good, like that. And then the tree, I'm gonna have a little bit less because it's actually very, very dominant and too dark, too big. Okay, I'm gonna have it coming over here, like that, and then coming here at the bottom here, like that. Here you go. Just only cover a little bit of the boat. I'm not quite sure. I probably want to cover a little bit more. Okay, take a little more Gamsol. Okay, that's good. And we need to work out everything, all the shapes in this step. Here we go. Because I'm using the color so thin, it should be dry really quickly. Okay, that's just there. And then I'm going to see a feel a couple of the branches. I can see that right here, like this. Okay. And now it looks like the boat over here is getting too busy, right? So we want to see, it may be at the bottom over here, we should actually moving this out a little bit more. Just work it out in your mind. It's very important. And I'm gonna make that a little bit darker, a little bit. Okay, here you go, like that. So that means I'm gonna have the boat coming in a little bit more, so it's not gonna be that busy, right? I'm gonna ease it a little bit. If you have everything like right here, if you move the boat closer to this area, it will making this is very busy and very unrelaxing. So here you go, that's good. At the beginning of any painting, any drawing, it's very important to think about feeling, because after this step, you're gonna be busy with filling up the canvas, mixing color and all those things, and the beginning step is very, very crucial to have that check all the feeling connections. Okay, here you go. Now this is a little bit better, the boat over here, like that. Now it's almost there, right? Now I'm gonna take a look at this, the top, and this is gonna be directly. Now we're gonna have a little issue. Now see that it's gonna get into busy, it's a little bit too busy. So in this case, we have to move the boat. Okay, move the boat a little bit more towards the right hand side, leave a little bit space, like that. All right, that's also over here, how we're gonna move a little bit over here, end it here, so that the reflection is not gonna be that busy. Okay, here you go, like that, and the reflection would be here. Okay, here you go, coming in like that, and just the opposite. Okay, that's good. And also, I have to say that some member I see in your drawings on our sharing space, and I see that you are making the reflection the same clearness as is the object at the top. They should not be the same. When you squint the eye, you can see this is more like a come together, the same little bit blueness, right? Just making sure you're not getting describing them in the same way. You need to be somehow a little bit different. Okay, a little bit different. Now it looks like the compositions are already done. I'm gonna have this, and this is the middle, like the surface, the mirror, and then over here, coming down over here, and coming up. Yeah, here you go. So this is with the reflection of that mountain. All right. Don't rush to the painting yet. So if you have something you want to change it, if it's something you're not quite happy about, you can change it. Give yourself enough time to make the changes. Okay. And look at this rock. We don't need to have this much over here. Oh, we have another rock on the side here. Okay, like that. That's good. That's make it very interesting. Okay. And of course, we're gonna have a little bit dark line over here. I have a little dark line coming here, like that. Okay, that's good. And now we can start filling in the value. It's very important to see like the distant mountain. You have to see them as a little bit softer object. How to make it soft? It's just making it not too much value contrast. You can still have a little bit detail over here. The detail, all the details there, make sure it's within the very close value range. Okay. Now let's take a look at the sky would be very, very muted. I'm going to use a little gamsol mixed with the white, have a little bit blue, but not really that bright blue. It's just a little bit like that. And if you think that, oh, there's too much blue, I can take a little red into it. And maybe too much red. We're gonna see. There's too much red. So I'm gonna have a little gamsol again, get a little bit blue. And here you go. And just put this color over there. And right now, just testing the color. Okay, and I'm gonna take a little gamsol, get a little bit more white again. Oh, there's too much yellow in it. I'm gonna get rid of that and clean the brush. Get the white and come in here. Here you go. Now we're just going to thinly blending it in. And sometimes we're feeling kind of like, oh goodness, I cannot paint. It's like almost like a painting in the mud. And how can I make it feel painting easier on the canvas? Because at the beginning, you're painting it too thick. You're already setting up the mud on your like a very thick, muddy surface. So you can fill in. Apply the thicker color a little bit later. Okay, you don't have to start it. Right now, I just try to feel the color to see whether or not they are proper. And we could still change the composition if you want to from here. Okay, and then I'm gonna testing the color in the. I'm gonna take a little bit red and the blue. Very much these two colors to make the gray. Right. Okay, a little red. Get a little bit blue into here. This is good. I'm going to take a look at if this is the right color and screen your eye. And at this point, you may not really see the true colors supposed to, as you need to see all the colors in place before you can make a better judgment. So I'm going to just put a little color like that. And I'm going to use the gamsol, spread it so that you can see the better impression. Okay, here you go. So this is probably the value. It may not be the right color. I'm gonna take a look at a little bit blue, mix into it. There you go. And just put a little color here. This painting process, this working process, very much can be in for every medium. Okay, like a charcoal drawing or even watercolor painting. Just put the big shape over there, and you can change it a little bit later. So we try to figure out the color composition. Okay, here we go. Okay, right here. Okay, coming down over here, and then keep going. Be patient. Okay, here we go. That's good. A little bit gray color over there. And you can see that I'm not going to make too much of the deep value into this mountain. So making sure that all the value in here is very similar. So I'm gonna even have a little bit white mix into it. I can mix the color right in here, make it a little bit lighter. But don't overdo it right here, right this moment, because you don't really know what color it should be, how dark that color should be, before we have all the colors all together. All right, I'm going to put a little really deep color on this side. I'm going to clean the brush so I don't need to have so much white paint in my brush. I'm going to just take the blue color with the red together. I'm just going to have some dark color. Have a little bit more red. There you go. And if you want to have some color really dark, that's just the way you mix the color with this our very economic limited color palette. At this point, remember, we just try to fill in the different value colors in every space, different spaces, and then we're going to adjust the color, okay? So no need to spend all the attention into a particular space. Okay. Here you go, like that. You don't have to fill in all of them. Okay, I'm gonna take a little, there's a little green, this is good. I'll take it over here and just put it in the middle over here. I'm gonna get a little gamsol so you can spread the color a little bit faster. Okay, that's just good. And I'm going to see a little brown color over here. So the brown color, just take a little yellow and the red together. Here you go. And I have these two colors together, you get the brown, right? It's very simple calculation. Okay, that's good. Like that. And now you can see that the light value, the deep value is already in place. And now you can see this value is a little bit proper view. Now, not yet, don't go back there. And we're gonna keep going into other spaces. Okay, I'm going to clean my brush a little bit. You don't have to fully clean it because in the next color, it also has the blue and red color. So now I'm going to just get a little bit yellow into it and feel like a little bit green, right? Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to have some color over here because this color compared to this is a little bit lighter. So you don't need to make that the deepest color. Okay, that's good. I'm going to have this. Here you go, a little bit dark color over here, and I have over here, but not really that dark. Okay, just get the idea. And have a few shape over here like that. Need to get a little bit lighter, get a little bit red. So this is a little bit too much blue color. And here you go, get a little red, and here you go. Now I'm gonna put that color in here, not the deepest color. It's so easy that you make everywhere and being so dark, right? So you always can see that in this area, this color is the darkest, but how you compare that color with the entire painting? What is the stir value supposed to compare with everywhere? Okay, so you have to make the comparison. I'm gonna fill in the color in here to get screen your eye, get a little bit yellow. I'm gonna mix it into this color, and this is too much yellow, too bright. Get a little red color, so you can make the color a little bit less intense. Okay, the green and the complementary color. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at this color. Take a look at this color compared with that. This color a little bit lighter. Okay, I'm gonna take a little yellow, take a little white, and mix it into here. And getting the correct value it takes time. Okay, that's good. Now compare this color with that. This needs to be a little lighter, right? So now these two colors close together. And do you want to make this darker even? Or this is, if doesn't want this darker, that means this color needs to be lighter. But we don't have to decide at this moment. We just try to figure things out, figure the relationship all together, right? I'm gonna have this It looks like this color in this area is the proper, but I'm not sure between these two colors how that is going to work. It may be affecting the whole area or a certain area with the green a little bit different. Okay, now I'm just applying some color over here. Have fun with this. Don't rush into, like I say, I need to get a little bit to the conclusion. That's not yet. Also keep a little dry. That's just fine too. I'm gonna get a little bit darker color down over here. Here you go. That's a little bit darker on the shadow side. Okay, here you go, like this. And oil painting is fun to practice. And you might need some help with the basic technique and how it started it, okay? Started learning. But after you get on it and get into it, understand the personality of this medium, and you would have fun. Okay, for example, when you're going to use more paint, when you're going to use less paint, all those takes some time to get on the habit. Okay, that's good. And you can see that my paint is just not thick, right? So it's very easy to put another layer of colors later. And also painting is a painting. It's not a photograph. So feel free to modify the color. Okay, make your own ideas in it. Okay, this is good. Now we have this color. After you have this color over here, you're gonna see that is is that probably too dark? But don't make changes yet. Now I'm gonna have a little bit warmer color. Got a little bit brown. I'm gonna take this a little brown over here. I'm gonna take a look and get a little bit white. And I'm gonna put that in here. There's a few color. That just look like the mountain, the rock over here. Maybe a little bit more brownish, so you can have a little bit red, right? So you just only need to think about is the red, yellow, blue, which color, or white, which color more. And like that, I can push that down a little bit. This is good. You don't have to get it all accurate that much. Okay, don't need to at this point. It's just play with some of the colors. So put over here to get your impression going, and over here put a little bit like that. It's good to keep the colors, keep the canvas surface a little bit dry at the beginning. Okay, don't put too much color and oil into. Okay, this is good. It's good enough for the impression. Now I'm going to take a look at the reflection. The reflection is this very big space. Let's put a little color over here. And this is brighter than the brightest color almost in the distance. I'm just going to take a little yellow. I'm going to see this. Oh, there's too much yellow, right? I need to have a little bit green, a little bit blue. So get a little bit present blue. This is good. I want to put it here. And I want to change the color over there. That fresh color, we can use it later for other purpose. And now this is need to have a little bit red, because there's too much red. Okay, that's okay. Let's get a little bit yellow again, and get a little bit tiny blue color. Let's see, that's good. And I'm gonna get some white pink. Okay, here you go. Now you can make it lighter. Now, I need to get a little bit blue. Let's see, that's good. Get a little bit yellow. It's just the magic's all in that 4 colors. A little bit yellow. Be patient. Looking at the color, looking at how light the color would be. I'm gonna get a little bit tiny, a little bit green. That's good. A little bit blue, actually, in this case. Now I'm gonna take a look. And this color definitely different, right? Now take a look at it. Yeah, probably there. I'm gonna get a little bit more yellow. And I'm going to take a look. And this is definitely lighter, much lighter than the green color over there. And I'm going to just put this color over here. You may not really see the color properly at the beginning. It kind of like are you sure? Okay. You don't need to be fully sure. At this point, we'll try to work it out to try to see how the color connected between other colors. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to have some color over here coming all the way on this side. Here you go, like that. It's almost like a green, but it's like a light green, almost like a yellow. Sorry, this is the green yellow color. But the value is very important. You see that? This is that right? Okay, you know how it makes the color. And the bottom over here, very much the same. I'm going to just apply a little color here. Let's see, that's good. And coming down over here, like that. Yeah, we can come back to adjust the color if the colors is not right. Okay, this is good. Now we're going to also have a little color, the yellow color over here. Yellow, green color, lighter color, and also into the reflection. Okay. We have to go with the possibility and personality of the oil paint medium. Okay, this is good. Now I'm going to go into the reflection. Now we already have the color over here at the top. Now we're thinking about the color under. When you squint your eye, you can see the difference. It's actually a little bit darker. Okay, let's see. Get a little bit blue, get a little bit red, right? I'm gonna get a lot more gamso. Here you go. I'm gonna start over here. I'm gonna see. And get a little bit darker. If you already watch my charcoal demonstrations, you can see something very similar, right? Even though there was this charcoal medium, this is oil, right? It's the same kind of thinking process to figure out the value range. And right now we are painting the color, but still thinking about the value. Okay, what's the value? How dark the color? We have to keep thinking about that. Okay, now I'm going to use a little larger brush to go it a little bit faster. Now I'm going to use this a little larger fan brush. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to have a little bit gamso and get a little bit blue. Here you go, like that, and have a little bit red. Blue and red making it dark also make it a little bit more neutral. And then you probably get a little bit yellow. Take it from the side. Take a little yellow in here. This is good. And you may not feel like this is really the color, and it doesn't look like a green. Don't label it with a name. Just see that, oh, how much yellow should be there? How much red should be there? Just thinking about that. And right now I'm just making this a little bit darker, and I'm going to put a little lighter color and a little bit yellow at the edge over here. That will be fine. That will be very easy. I can see that I try to see the value between the top and the bottom. I also can use the color over here too. Okay, make it a little bit darker at the color underneath. That's good. And now I'm going to get a little yellow. Here you go, a little yellow. And now you can see, you can mix the color right on the canvas. Seeing this a little bit lighter. Keep your brush stroke. Don't try to make everything flat. I'm going to come back this for the texture, for the details a little bit later. Okay, this is good. Now I have the color, and I'm going to take a look at this color in here. Have a little bit blue. I have a little bit blue, but this is too blue. Definitely it's too blue, too dark. I'm gonna get a little red, and I need to get a little white pink. Okay, here you go. Now I'm gonna mix a little red. So definitely it's too much blue. How to make it less blue? Get the red color into it. And here you go. Now I'm going to take a look at this color. Is this proper? Maybe too dark. Okay, get a little white mix into it. Okay, let's take a look. Now a little bit lighter. Also a little bit too much blue. I'm going to get a little red mix into it. Get a little bit white. Okay, let's take a look. And spread the color over here, mix into it. That's good. I'm gonna get all the way in here. This is gonna get a little bit softer. Okay, this is good. The top of the boat, and on this side, the reflection of this mountain. Okay, now right on top of the boat. And keep in mind, at this step, we just try to figure things out and what color is supposed to be. Okay, here you go. Now, vertically, this is the peak of the mountain, the summit of the mountain. So making sure that is the object and the reflection is on the vertical. That's good. And put the color here. It may be a little bit lighter, but like we're gonna see. We're gonna have a little bit red mix. That's a little bit red over here, and we'll also have a little bit white. I'm gonna put a little white over here, and I'm gonna mix this color into it. Make it a little gray, make it a little lighter. Here you go. A little bit lighter. You see how you actually deal with the color, and in the process of making the change of the colors, you actually can see, you can build up the details and the texture too. Like over here, I'm going to have a little bit red, a little white over here, and you can actually, when you're putting the color here, you also have some texture into it. But we may not really need that right now at this moment. We're going to see. And this definitely a little bit darker than that. And over here, the color maybe need to change as well. I'm going to actually have this blush a little bit in. And that may be too much. We're going to see. Don't make the judgment a little bit too early. Now I'm going to take this color again, putting the on the mountain, on the side over here. That's good. After you know the color and the value, and then everything else will falling together pretty easily. And I'm gonna have this a little bit later for the mountain over here on the side, like that. We try to figure out the correct value and the color of all the shapes. Okay, that's good. And this can be a little bit more purplish color. But let's paint it in the sky down over here. I'm going to just take a little white color and just paint this. Have a little bit blue. Okay, take a little bit pleasant blue. But this is good. I think this is the color for the reflection of the sky. I need to be patient. Whatever we do, it's not like it takes a minute. It takes sometimes hours. You need to plan on it. You say what step and how many steps is going through this, and also what I'm going to do, what I'm trying to accomplish in each of the steps. I'm going to get a little bit more white and a little bit blue in the reflection. Maybe I have a little bit red too. I'm going to see. Just put the color in. There you go, like that. A little color over here too. That's good. Like that. Coming onto this side. A little bit lighter here too. Okay, that's good. Now you can see the sky in the reflection a little bit softer compared to the color, other colors here. I'm not quite sure it's the right value. It maybe need to be a little bit lighter, a little bit brighter. So I'm gonna take a little bit red color over here too. I'm gonna make it a little bit lighter. We're gonna see, but we're gonna have lots of opportunity coming back and forth and make more adjustment. Okay, here we go. Let's just make it slightly a little bit lighter, like that. I like to use the fan brush at the beginning of the painting process. They're actually making it much more focused on the larger shape, and also apply the color much faster than a round brush, for example. Okay, that's good. All right, now we're almost putting all the colors everywhere in the painting, and this need to be matching the color over there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a little Gamsol. I'm going to wipe off the paint, clean my brush. Now I'm going to take a look at on this side. I think this color is a similar color. I'm going to just drag those colors down over here. And that's it. That's as good. I'm going to have this also a little bit lighter. Like that. That's good. And I have some kind of texture, movement. There you go. I have some little dark color. Now it looks good, and we need a little bit more organized of the texture. And I'm gonna take this dark color. I'm gonna coming back over here. See this. If I have this here, this would be right here. Looks like, right? That's just good. And here, from there coming down, have a little bit red over here too. Some a little bit red because it look like the color of the earth tone. Okay, here you go. Have a little bit like that, and even have a little bit lighter shape right here. That's good. And that means the mountain over here, we're gonna move it outside here. I'm gonna get a little bit blue, like that. That's good. Now a little bit more proper. So this is good. And now I'm gonna feed in the color over here, and then I will come back to make the color adjustment before we're going into further into the details. Okay. It's very, very crucial that you hold on your urge of, try to fill in all the detail. Not yet. And we're gonna think about when we're putting the color of the side of the boat, it's a brown color. And when you squint your eye, how dark that color would be. This is actually quite dark. And when you open your eye, you see, oh, little yellow orange color. This is like a pretty dark brown color. Let's take a look. And I'm gonna just take the yellow color. I'm gonna see this color very similar, right? So I'm gonna take this in the same area here, get a little bit Windsor red and get a little bit yellow. And I'm gonna see this could be similar to the color at the top. Okay, here you go. It may be too bright. Okay, I'm gonna have a little bit more yellow into it. Okay, here you go. That's the top. And coming over here. Now I'm going to start mixing a little bit darker color. I'm going to take a look at how to make it darker. That's simple, right? Just the red and the blue, it would make it quite dark. Okay, now I'm going to have a little bit more blue mix it into here. Get a little bit more red. Okay, this is good. That's already very dark. See that? This whole simple color palette, it is how we see colors. You see them as how much yellow in there, how much red, how much blue. Okay. And you're gonna get used to this process. Okay, now I'm gonna get a little bit more blue in the reflection. Get some red. Okay, that's good. And this is good. And even darker right here. Okay, coming over here. Now we're gonna see if we keep this color here and the color around it, it will be different. There's need to be a little bit separation. Right now, there's two values very close together. Okay, so we're gonna figure out one thing at a time and relate it to other colors. Okay, now I'm gonna get a little bit blue, a little bit more blue, and a little bit Windsor red. And we can have something even darker right in the middle over here. Can you see that? That's very dark. That's good, like that. Now here we go. Now I'm gonna paint in the color of the rock. Okay, I'm gonna just set a little bit dark color here for now. And this is very much look like the color we need. And the reflection is darker. If you see it dark, that's blue and the red color. Okay, now clean that. You get some white color, or they get in too much white color. I don't mind the white color because you do see a little white over here. You get a little bit red. Okay, it's all about the three colors again. Okay, there you go. And some reflection over here too. Maybe too soon, or maybe we need to have thicker color. Now here you go. I'm gonna have this darker color coming like that. Okay, here you go. That's good. A little bit darker, like that. This is good. Now I'm gonna take a look at a few more shape over here. I'm gonna have a little bit darker and just clean my brush so the white paint has been gone. Okay, that's good, like that. I'm gonna divide this shape coming up over here. Always think about shape, how it should look like, what the shape should look like. Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit brown color, get a little bit red over here. There you go. And this will be too dark, this rock. So it's simple, it's get a little bit white into it. Okay, here we go. Now this will be a little lighter, right? But overall, how light they're supposed to be, you're gonna think about it. I'm gonna get a little bit more white paint, and right at the top over here, it's almost like a gray shape. There you go. Now the same shape over here, and coming with the same similar color, coming from the same environment. Okay, now I'm gonna get a little bit red, get a little bit yellow. Okay, get some white. Here you go. Now see that? It's very simple. Now I'm gonna put it right here, make that a little bit lighter, like that. Remember, this step is all about figuring out the color, how they come together. Okay, that is very much the proper value color. Now, on the side over here, and get a little bit brown color on the rock and right at the front, like a little similar to the boat color, but it need to have a little bit more yellow. I'm gonna mixing this, that become the green, and get the red, and take a look at it, a little bit more red. Okay, that's good. Get some yellow, maybe too warm, too brown already. So I'm gonna take a look. Yeah, a little bit more yellow. That's good. Got a little bit blue. Right. That's too much green, so I need to get back to a little red. Right. Now it's good. I'm not sure this is the right value. We're gonna take a look. Is that the color? I'm gonna see. It may be a little bit lighter. Okay, right over here. I think it's pretty good at this point. So I'm gonna also use this color, put it in the bottom of the boat. Like that. That's good. Okay, now the top of the boat is very easy, a little gray, similar to this color. We already have it. And get a little bit blue color to it, so make it a little bit more gray. Get a little white, mix it a little bit more blue. That's just good. Like that, little bit gray color right in the top. And squint your eyes, these two colors very similar, maybe a little bit lighter. Okay, get a little bit more white. There you go. Now when you come over here, as you get a little bit lighter. Okay, the top over here a little bit lighter. I'm gonna get this a little bit warmer color, a little bit reddish. That's good. And then get a little bit of this color in here. That's good. Now let's take a look at right over here. You see that from the light to a little dark. That's almost all the colors already in the place. I'm gonna move this. Too much reflection. That's good. All right, let's take a look at how we're going to adjust the color from here. And right now it seems like how I'm going to go forward from here. That's just going to test your patience. That's very important. I'm going to clean my brush. I'm going to use a different brush. I'm going to use a fiber shape brush. Here you go. I'm going to use this brush, number 6. Okay, let's take a look how I'm going to adjust the color. Now I want you to thinking about that, how light that color is supposed to be, and how light and how dark each color. And I'm going to think about this need to be much lighter. So I'm going to just take the white color, just mix it right on the canvas. Now it looks like a little bit lighter. Okay, there we go. There you go. Now the color got a little bit thicker right now. And I'm going to use this color and just paint into the sky. And also we can define the shape of those mountains. That's good, like that. And the painting process can be very, very simple. We're just afraid of it or overcomplicate it. Okay, this is good. Coming here a little bit later. So now we're adjusting the light shape in the sky. And okay, this is good. This is a 1. And what about this shape? I think I need to have a little bit blue. Let's take a little blue color. I'm gonna come in over here and need to have a little bit red because that's too much red. Okay, here you go. Take a look at it. This is probably good. I'm gonna Take a look a little bit more blue. I'm gonna take a look at this color. Okay. They're actually maybe a little bit more blue. Okay. A little bit blue. Let's take a look. A little bit more blue. I think the value is all okay. Like that. Now, think about that. If you want to have a little feeling a little bit more open, and you can have even lighter. I'm gonna actually take this color. I'm gonna take a look at this color, mix it into this. I'm gonna play with that. Keep looking at it. Oh, I think this is even better. I want to feel a little bit more distance between the viewer and the mountain. Okay, the bottom of it have a little bit green, this little bit greenish. I'm gonna take a little bit yellow, yeah, put it down over here, a little bit greenish, but maybe not that much. Okay, I'm gonna come back with a little blue, okay, a little bit less. That's good. Now you can see that it's already improvement. Now keep it flat at this point. It's making sure you have enough contrast between this color and the color of the yellow at the front. Right, that's very important. Contrast. Over here have a little bit bluish. So now I'm gonna get a little bit blue. Be patient. You need to observe and carefully have a little bit blue. Right, feel a little bit blue coming out from here, from the gap. And coming back over here, like that. This is the similar color. Like that. And a little mountain where they have a little bit gray. I'm gonna just take the white, mix it into this is almost the gray color, but I need to have a little bit blue. But it's just very light. So let's take a look at the color here. This is good. Right, that's good. Maybe a little bit lighter. And here you go, like that. So you don't want to just make everywhere is dark. You have to be seeing that in the whole value contrast in the entire painting. What is the stir space? Okay, this is important. What is that space? How that color is supposed to be contribute. I'm going to add a little bit later over here. You can see this is the dry brush. It's the little lighter value. Now I'm going to drag a little bit lighter value over here. But between those, all the color in this area is not actually that much difference. Okay, within the very close value range. I'm going to have the little color over here. It's not like any of those dark color over here and any of those light color over there. You limit the range of the colors there. Okay, that's good. Now you just see simply add a little light color into it. Now you can see the mountain. Ooh, it's there. That's all the illusion, the tricks. Okay, like that. That's good. Now take a look over here in similar value, just a little bit darker because it's closer. Now we're gonna work more into that. And take a look at, I'm gonna take this color, just a little bit darker, like that. And at the front over here, a little bit greenish. This is good, like that. And actually, in a way, to thinking about the oil painting gives you lots of, as a oil painting medium, gives you lots of flexibility. First, it lets you to change the colors with a very little effort. You can mix it into the wet into the the canvas and almost at any time, because it takes like a couple weeks to dry. You can change your mind from there, and you also can add more layers a little bit later. Now you can see the mountains. It's pretty good, huh? And I'm going to take a little bit lighter color over here. I think this is a little bit too connected. I'm going to break this a little bit, have a little bit lighter color. And keep in mind that whatever you put into the canvas, you are actually similar to like a mixing the color right on the canvas. Okay, now this is good because this is all wet, right? This is good. Now I'm going to add a little bit. Now coming down, take a look at on this mountain. I'm going to finish this because I know that the color supposed to be here is very much proper already, but I need to have a little bit difference between these two. So I'm going to take a look at what this color is supposed to be. Like we finished this color that we are happy with, and then you're going to looking at the neighbor. Right? But first, we start with the whole color composition. That's very important. The whole color composition, you can set the tone for each area, how they're going to play the role in the whole value contrast. Hi. Okay, let's take a look. We're going to have a little bit yellow coming back here. Now you can see that maybe in the beginning, like I said, oh, it's so chaotic. How can we make that in order? Okay, that's always a process to guide us through. Now I'm gonna just have a little yellow color, a little white, okay, and maybe a little red. I don't need it to be so much yellow. It's gonna be a little bit. This is good. I'm gonna mix this color. It's a little bit lighter than this color. Now I'm going to just put it in here. Now this will change the color. Now this is not exactly this color. Okay, keep that in mind. Not the same color. I put this color in and actually mix the color with the color already here. So the result that you see, it is not just this color. It's this color plus the color over here. If that makes sense, right? Okay. Like that. Now you can see this have a little bit separation because of the value contrast. Now I can continue using this color, blend it in the top over here, and now I just dab the color in here. Okay, that's good. And the top over here too. And now I'm gonna take a little bit yellow color and put it right here. That's good. Okay, like that. Establish some texture. Okay, some texture over here too. It's okay, that's good. Hopefully you're having fun with this depth on it. Now, already start establishing. Now, it's the good time for me to establish the water at the top and the edge. Now I'm going to get a little bit yellow and with the blue. Looks like almost a little green onto this side. Start over here. Okay, look at it. That's good. I think I have a little bit brighter. I have a little bit more blue. I'm going to look at over here. The blue have a little bit yellow. This is good. A little bit greenish. So this is the reflection of the color of the tree above. Okay, let's take a look. And things a little bit red, so make it a little bit less intense color. If you just the blue and the yellow, then making it very, very bright. Now this is good. Now a little bit more, turn into a little bit more gray direction. I'm gonna take a look at it and trust yourself. You can do this straight line. Okay, that's good. Now now I'm going to change the color, have a little bit blue. I'm going to take a little bit blue over here. That's just good. And get a little bit white paint into it. Make it a little bit lighter. That's good. Now I'm going to start over here. Continue. Have a little bit more white. Here you go. Now I have some white color over here. Okay, that's good. Now from here, I'm going to use even more white. Okay, here you go. A little bit more white. That's good. Take your time to mix the right color. Continue. And then a little bit more white. Okay, continue. Like that. Great. Now we got the water surface. Now I'm thinking about between the shape, the size of the shape, the top and the bottom here. This shape, right? I'm thinking about this is very much the same size. That make it a little bit kind of repetitive, a little boring. And either you make this a little bit smaller or you make that smaller. So what we're going to be the choice? I think I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, extend that down a little bit here. So I'm going to have that down over here. Like that, just move the color, test it to see if you like it. If you don't, you always can move it back, right? That's just simple. Just right now, just testing to see how that look. And that's just actually good. Like that. Okay. All right. Now that means I need to add some dark color back to it. That's just fine. It doesn't have to be the darkest color. So making sure you're not fighting the value in here. Okay. And take a look. Now take a look over here. I'm gonna have this tree coming out a little bit more. I'm gonna have the shadow side. Have a few shape over here. Now take a look, and that put a little dark color here. That's good. And we can come back to add details a little bit later. Okay, that's good. Right, just use the side brush and also coming up a little bit. Keep squinting your eye when you're doing the paintings. You can see how the things are connected. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. That fixed the one problem. Okay, very well. With the same color over here, actually I can put a little shape over here. That's a little bit tree, like that. Maybe too dark. I can easily change the colors a little bit later. Okay, now I'm gonna continue to take a look, mix it with the green color. And this is not the green, actually just a little bit gray color. I'm gonna take a look at those little tree over here. Think about shapes. And maybe too dark. Okay, but we're gonna see. Have a little shape over here, the whole area here. Have a little shape. Just add a little shape like that. We can use the small brush a little bit later to do even more changes. Okay, that's good. Like that. Now we're seeing something over there already, right? Now this is good since we have the darker color. Now we're also going to add a little color over here. Oh, that's definitely too dark. I'm going to come back with a little bit lighter gray color. Here you go. And that need to be lighter. Okay, that's seeing the little shadow. A little bit shadow over here. That's good. Like that. I can push that back into the tree here. That's just good. Now just add a little bit detail to this mountain. Okay, that's good. All right. Very good. Now I'm going to take a look at the tree over here. I'm going to get a little bit yellow color. And that's good. I'm going to start adding that over here to see how it look. You don't have to make this very solid just yet. I'm going to have some, also the darker color, a little tree trunks, those, and have a little bit yellow, have a little bit red mixed into it. This is good. Now this tree a little bit closer to us, so a little bit can be a little bit brighter. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good, like that. And this can be also going onto this area, like that. Okay, this is good for now. And I'm going to add a little bit details of the branches. So I'm going to take a little red, mix it into here. It looks like a little bit red here. Keep practicing mixing colors. Now I'm going to say the little tree trunk like this. Okay, coming down over here, this now here disappear. Okay, now this tree coming over here, and I'm gonna have a little red. Okay, a little bit more red. Okay, here you go. Coming down over here. That's good. That's the end. Okay, now see a little bit come back right there. Okay, now I'm going to add some darker, those gray color. Okay. Just think about how much red, how much yellow, how much blue. Okay, this is good. Not the darkest colors. Now I'm gonna take a look at the brush stroke like that. Drag it like this way. That's how the tree look. That's good. You see there. I need to have a little bit more red. Okay, here we go. Now take a look over here. Just look at the shape. The shape represents the property and the object. Okay, that's good. Like that, that's good. Okay, on this side, a little bit thicker. Okay, so see there all those color, they're not like unorganized. You see that there is a logic. Okay, that's good. And over here, there's just a whole area here, a little bit darker, a little bit bigger shape. Right, here you go, like that. And this is why we don't have to paint it really thick, too much color here. If you paint it too thick, it would be a little bit difficult to apply the new paint at this point. This is good, like that. So you're gonna want to see like a whole group of bushes, like a whole group of trees. And I'm gonna have some even darker. I'm gonna get the red, get the blue color. Okay, somewhere a little bit thicker, a little bit deeper, right in here. That's a little bit deeper. Okay, that's good, right there. And over here. Okay, a little bit red over here. Otherwise, a little bit too blue. Okay, here you go. Like that. That's getting there, that's good. A little bit darker color. And the back over here. See a little shadow. And also the tree trunk have a little bit deeper in the shadow side. That's good. That's good. And have the little bit shadow and the bottom. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. Now the bottom over here. Now I'm going to take a look. Actually, I see a little bit tree trunk at the bottom over here too. That's good. Now I'm going to have that's a little bit darker color, seeing in the back of the tree over here. Let's take a look, and that's good. Now I'm going to add a little shape over here. Let's get a little big shape like that. Okay, set a little shape on the side. Of course, you see a little shape, the shadow side over here too. Okay, and we're gonna come back to painting the tree a little bit later. Let's don't spend all the energy over there. Now I'm gonna take a look at the reflection. Before we take a look at the reflection, we're gonna take a look at this. Has a lighter shaped tree over here, like that. And what that light shape is gonna affect to here, a little bit light shape. That's good. I'm gonna have a little bit later. I'm gonna get that with a little white and take a look. And this can be a little bit lighter. Just put that color in. And here you go, like this. That's good. And we're gonna have also some light shape on this side, like this. Okay, that's good, getting there. I'm gonna have also some shape like that, horizontal. And a little bit horizontal shape. And start making a little bit more organized. There's a little bit light shape over here too. Now I'm gonna have a little bit yellow. Okay, let's see. This is probably the right color right here. You see that? Like this. That's good. Now I'm gonna almost a similar color. I'm looking down over here. Right here. From here, coming down like that. So create a connection between the object at the front, at the top, and the reflection also here too, like that. This is good, and getting there little by little. When you add some more impression, I'm gonna have some feeling a little bit line like this right here, and you make it feel like this is the ripple, the water movement, like that. Okay, by the way, if you're watching this video, if you're a member, take a look at our classes offer in the next semester. Just take a look at enjoyingart.com. On the home page, you see the link into that. But if you're not a member, become a member before you take those classes, because you need the access to the member area for reviewing, exchange ideas, and otherwise you will not be able to take the full advantage of learning with us. Okay, here you go. A little bit softer. Also right here can be a little bit softer, like that. Now the top over here definitely a little bit lighter, so I'm going to get a little bit lighter of this color and take a look. And a little bit vertical shape, and making sure you have that on the top before you put it to the bottom over here, otherwise it's lost the connection. Okay, a little bit like that. That's good. And getting there. As soon enough you're gonna say, oh, the painting is finished. Okay, no, don't jump to that too soon. And take a look at this color right here. Yeah, you don't have to make it very clear for the object in the reflection. Okay, right here, have a little bit red. Take a little bit red over here. Here you go, like that. Very good. And the front over here, you see this is reflecting the color over there. There's always a story to tell between the reflection and the object. Okay, now we're gonna get more details at the front, at the top, a little bit later. Okay, no worry. Now take a look at the between this color and the boat. Let's think about, is the color of the boat is proper right yet? Let's work on the boat, and before we go back to the color around it, right? I can see the painting is in progress and getting more and more. Now take a look at a little bit more yellow, and here you see the little yellow actually at the edge here. It's very important. Get a little bit yellow. Look like is affecting by the color surrounding. Okay, that's good. Like that. That's just good. It's a little bit change of color. Make a difference. Okay, over here. I'm coming over here too. I'm coming a little bit yellow. Also a little bit yellow on the edge over here. Like that. That's good. Like that. Okay. And I think I want to have a little bit gray. So I'm going to take this a little gray color and just keep that in mind. This is wet in the wet painting. Whatever you have now, whatever color you put in is mixing. Just think about you are mixing this color, which is this a little gray color, into this, and you're not actually painting this color into the canvas. You're mixing the color in. So this is a different kind of expectation. Okay, that's good. Now make it feel a little bit gray. Okay, maybe too gray, too blue. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna mix the color down over here. We're gonna do the details a little bit later, but right now we try to mix in the color in. Okay, this is good. And you can have a little bit more orange color again. You can get a little bit yellow, get a little bit mix it with the red. And you can always have that a little bit brighter color if you need to. Like I say, oh, I have a little bit bright color back over here. And that's just good. You can back and forth until you get the color that make you feel, ooh, this is what I want. And before then, you just have to keep searching. I'm gonna have this color all the way coming over here, like that. That's good. All right. Now I think the color improved. Okay, let's see. Blend it a little. We do the detail a little bit later. I'm gonna have a little bit yellow. Get a little bit more yellow right over here. Here you go. I'm gonna extend this color again. Like this, a little yellow. There you go, like that. That's good. Okay, I think the color get better. Now we get the color that we like. And take a look, this is much darker, right? The dark color, it will be red and the blue color. Now take a look. Right in the middle over here. Okay, this is, take a look at this right at the top, bottom. That's good. Make sure it's a little bit more clear. As where is the reflection star. That's good. Coming in over here. Be patient. Okay, you're gonna get a beautiful painting. Okay, here you go. Okay, take a look at. And I'm gonna make it a little bit deeper color and get a little bit blue. We get some Windsor red. Here you go. You got that. And take a look here. A little bit darker. Like that. And over here, the reflection. A little bit darker over here too. That's good. A little bit reflection over here. And I'm gonna come back over here. Oh, that's a little bit darker color over here too. Like that. This is good. And then I'm gonna push this dark color down. Get a little bit more red with this. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna the deeper color right here. And we can see that the deeper color, there's a deeper color over here, but there's also some green color, the dark green color on top of it. Okay, That's good. And I'm going to start gradually filling in the color around the boat. Okay, that's good. Like that. Getting there. That's good. And the top over here, you have the dark color filling in over here. Okay, that's setting the foundation. Okay, let's take a look. Take a look at what color is this. Okay, they also have some texture. Okay, I'm gonna have a little bit later. I'm gonna see this is color. Any color you can modify it from there to getting the color you want. And this is a little bit blue, green. Okay, now to get a little bit red in here. And take a look at that. And this is good. This is enough red. So all enough light. You see, between this color and this color, the color that you try to get to, it's not exactly the same color, but let's take a look. I'm gonna have this brush like this, a little dry brush, like I'm gonna do that right over here. You can see that after you're seeing those two colors working together, they actually look like the same color. Get to the color that you want, right? Is like that, having the dry brush. This is called what oil painting basic technique we need to learn. So, as I mentioned earlier, we have a class called oil techniques. If you need to practice that more, take that class, even though you already know some oil technique, but you want to, we're not just learning techniques, okay? Make sure that you know that. We're actually focusing on the technique, but we are painting all different subject matters, okay? We're gonna painting still life, painting apple, banana, other fruit, melons, or flower, and landscape, and all of those. You see, now you see this, the overall color looks pretty good. Now I want to have something even lighter. I'm gonna have a little bit more white. Take a look at that, the top, I'm gonna have a little bit lighter, have a little bit more texture. Now here we go, I'm gonna do that again. Like this. That's good. Now you can see what's the overall value supposed to. Gonna have this a little bit later. Now take a look over here, in the top over here. Put it on and drag it over. That's good, I like that shape. Okay, this is pretty good already. And now at the bottom, I'm gonna have a little bit lighter color, the cool lighter color. I'm gonna take this a little bit more white mix into this, but a little bit blue, a little bit cooler. I'm gonna take this color, a little bit cooler. Now take a look at the reflection. Actually, if you control the overall colors in the painting, the detail is very easy to accomplish. So that means you have to do the hard work for the overall color composition. There's always hard work there. Okay, that's good. And the top over here, even more texture. In order to create texture, you have to have dark enough tone underneath. Okay, like that. Okay, that's good. Have a little bit shade breaking it from here. That's good. Okay, have a little bit lighter shade on the top over here. Okay, I'm gonna have this. That's good. And the edge over here, twist the brush. That's good. Now, all right, and the rock is very much good. Now we also already have this color, look good enough. And the inside the color also good enough. Now it's the time we're gonna paint the surrounding area. Now let's take a look. And this is definitely too dark, so I'm gonna have a little bit blue color. Got a little bit blue over here, start with. And definitely a little bit red, right? Talk about how to mix this color that we want. And this is very dark, too dark to see the real. I'm gonna get a little bit white, mix it into it. You can see that? This is getting there. So, thinking about, is that a little bit too blue? Should I have a little bit red into it? Or a little bit yellow? Because the choice is only yellow, red, and blue, right? And the white, of course. And now take a look at this color. I think this is a little bit closer. So just keep thinking about that. Is that too much blue? And I'm gonna have a little bit white mixed into here. Now I'm gonna take a look at this color, and still a little bit dark. I'm gonna get a little bit white, put the white color on the side, and mixing in, okay? And take a look at this color. And it maybe get a little bit better already, okay? You don't want to get too light, too much the same of this. So maybe at the top over here, it can be a little bit lighter, and coming down, I'm gonna say, this is good. Now I'm gonna take a look at the edge over here, and screen your eye, and to see. Now I can try to make this separation. This is good. I think they're separate. That's between the both. And now coming over here, take a look at first testing. If it's the right color, the right value. I think this is about right. And this is good. If you're not quite sure, do a little bit experiment first. Okay, now I'm gonna holding the brush like this way. Now I'm gonna add that into this shape. Okay, slow down. Here you go. Like that. That's as good. Okay, now take a look at the top over here. And look at it. I think this is good right here. Coming in this angle. Like that. That's good. We get the top of the bow shape. I think they're coming down a little bit. So what I'm trying to say is that don't worry too much at the beginning. Focus on one step at a time. And you have a mission for each step. Now this is good, coming over here. Now you can see the top over here and have a little bit nicer color already. I'm gonna get a little bit more white pink and mix into this color, make the top over here a little bit lighter even. Okay, that's good. Like that. This is good. Now start coming down over here, the color start changing. I'm gonna also have that just line the edge a little bit straight. That's good. Now I'm gonna use the same color, right? The same color on this side. Let's see. And the top edge like this and start turning. Okay, let's see. It's about right. Start turning over here. Here we go. Start turning over here like that. That's good. And coming in here. Here we go. Now I'm going to make this come a little bit over here. We can repaint the thicker details from the tree a little bit later. Now this is good. Now we have this interesting. Okay. And take a look at, come back over here on this side, coming down. And now down over here, the color very much this is right. Now take a look at the edge of the reflection and the boat. That's just good. And the right vertical line. Now coming over here, start fine-tuning the edge. Okay, that's good. And can make it a little bit softer, that's fine. Like that. And I can actually take this color. I'm going to see that it's a little bit interesting moving like this. And like that. And curve a little bit like that. and a little curve. That's good. All right. That's good. Now I'm going to come in here and have a little bit lighter, a little bit red shape. Like that. This is the perfect color. A little bit more like warmer, like that. And here you go, like that. That's good. Let's take a look at the edge over here. And then we're gonna working on as the reflection looks pretty good already. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make the edge of the movement at the edge. I'm gonna have just a little bit darker, like that. Take a little bit darker over here. And that's just about right. Get a little bit greenish too. Okay, that's just good. Now take a look. And this, oh, maybe too dark. I'm gonna take a look. That's still okay. That's good. Okay, it's good. Now I'm gonna see the edge over here. And have some edge. That's nice. Yeah, like that. Oh, that's just good, right? And coming over here, have a little bit edge, like that. And on this side, have a little bit green. Now, double check the vertical. This is right. Okay, like that. That's good. And we're gonna have a little green color. Now I'll add a little green color here first. I'm gonna take this a little green like that. It's not really that bright in the reflection, but a little bit lighter. Okay, like that. There you go, like that. A little bit. That's good. That's good. That's the reflection. Beautiful. Now, that's good. And I think the reflection of this mountain is pretty good already. Now, it's just a little by little, we're gonna get the color very, very, very finished for the entire painting. Now, I'm gonna switch our attention that, take a look over here, we need to have a little bit darker green color. I'm gonna take the yellow, mix it into any of those blue color. That's be fine. I'm gonna mix it into here. A little bit darker here. And here you go. A little bit here too, like that. That's good. A little bit over here. Oh, that's good. Right here. And we can also see a little bit darker color over here for the tree trunk, like right here. Okay, this one would be here. Like that. A little bit soft, like that. That's good. A little bit over here. And over here, have a little bit over here too. That's it, like that. Okay, just tap on it. And we start organizing the different shape. Oh, that's good. I'm gonna make this even darker. There you go. And now, how are you doing? Okay, that's good. Like that. I think the reflection of that mountain also looks good. Now I'm going to have this a little bit lighter on the top. I'm going to just get a little bit yellow color. Now we'll take a look over here. Like that. And also the edge over here. That's good. A little bit lighter. Got a little bit lighter color. Okay, that's good. Now with this a little shade, it definitely make the impression, the separation between the mountain and here. That sometimes it doesn't really need much to do it. Now I'm going to take a look at the edge over here. Now since I already have a little color, a little bit darker, Now I'm going to massage this to make it a little bit softer transition. And before I come back to add, okay, that's good. I'm going to have a little bit red and a little bit red. That's too dark. That's okay. I'm going to get a little bit white, what I have it here. I'm going to get a little yellow. Ah, here we go. Now I'm going to have this softly coming down, a very soft edge. Okay, here we go. A little bit soft. Just use the side brush. Use the side brush this way. Okay, like this. And also a little bit soft over here and unclear. Okay, now too much color coming from the bottom. I'm going to take a look. Here you go, like that. Coming a little bit soft, down like this, perfect. And a little bit soft, like that. And make a little bit soft, and then we're going to come back to add a little bit more clear. This is good. This is a little bit soft too. Okay, make a little bit soft. And just use this brush. Use the leftover color. Putting in, it looks like a little bit green, so I get a little bit, that's too dark, a little bit green. Here you go, a little bit green coming over here first. Okay, going through, now get a little bit yellow. Alright, that's a little yellow. Just make it a little lighter. That's good, like that. And then continue using this yellow, coming down a little bit softer. Just use the side brush, coming down like that. This is great. And now I'm gonna make it a little bit softer over here first. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna mix the little bit thicker color now. I'm gonna keep it consistent, just use the brush, okay? Some artists like to use the palette knife. And it depends on you like which kind of look and expressions in the painting. Okay, here you go. Got a little bit more yellow. Here you go, like this. Let's see. I'm gonna have a little bit yellow coming down over here, a little bit later, like that. Okay, that is too dark. Now again, use a little white, make a little bit more coverage. Okay, that's good. Now take a look at right over here. That's good. A little bit lighter color over here. Okay, that's good. Now coming over here, a little bit lighter color. That's good. I'm going to have a little bit red mixed into it. Just look at it. I think I have a little bit more red. Okay. Keep the brush stroke like coming down. Dragging it down. I think I can drag it down a little bit more onto the edge of the boat. That's actually good. Make the boat pop up a little bit more. Like that. That's good. Over here too. That's good, like that. Okay, I think that reflection looks very nice. Now I'm going to come here too, and this can be just slightly a little bit darker. Now here you go. Now this is another chance for you to fine tune the edge of this water, the top over here. Now here you go. That's good. And we're going to have some blur reflection on the edge a little bit later. That's good. Right, that's good. Now I'm going to have a little bit red. It's just red and blue, make it a little bit more softer, a little bit more gray. Okay, that's definitely too dark. Okay, I'm going to see. That's a little bit softer, coming like this, right in the edge. Okay. Now we want to, yeah, that's too much. I'm going to take this, a little bit more blue, and in this mixture, yellow and blue, get a little bit green. There you go. Now I'm going to have this. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to have that drag in a little bit more horizontal. Okay, make it a little bit feel like reflection. Okay, that's good. Now this is a good preparation. Now I'm going to take a look at, mix the yellow again with the white, and that probably too much, so I'm going to use this color first. For the color on the top over here, I'm going to drag that over here with the little texture coming all the way. Like, see that? That's coming down over here. Okay, I'm going to have a little bit thicker. Yeah, here you go. Get a little texture. That's good. Like that. Very well. Yeah. Over here, a little bit more clear. Okay. Let me zoom in that space so you can see. And take a look at the reflection. Now I'm going to come in here to clean up the bottom over here. That's good. There's not much texture that we see or the detail we see in the reflection. I just try to give the movement of the colors more consistent. Okay, that's good. Have a little bit coming over here, that's good. I'm going to refill the color and keep going. And this is what we have been looking for, is the details. But I want you to always holding on, working in the details, and until you have the color of the entire painting is proper, in the right composition. Okay, that's good. Like that. That's good. I'm gonna coming over here. Here you go. Have a little stroke like that. Have a little bit like that. That's good. Ooh, it just make it so good. Like that over here. Now I'm gonna have a little bit and have a little bit red. You see a little bit orange-ish color right here. Like that. That is the reflection of that. Okay, that's good. And I'm gonna also have a little bit brush stroke, the left to the right, like that. Have a little bit. Just. That's good. That's good. Right here. Like that. A little bit. Actually, have a little bit more yellow. The top over here, have from here dragging it through to the right side. Whoop. And I'm going to have the yellow color back here. Make sure that's connected. Oh, that's good. See, there's always a way to make it look good. Okay. Let's take a look. Now on this side, I'm going to come back to fix a little bit on the tree over here by using the dark color and the light color, and together I'm going to have the yellow and the blue color. We already have some gray blue colors, so I'm going to take a little bit over here, and that's good enough, and mix into it. Now this time, let's take a look, and this is good. It's a little bit too much blue and the yellow, so I'm going to mix a little red into it. I'm going to get a little bit more white. There you go. Now it's become too much gray because I'm going to get a little bit more yellow. Get a little blue. Okay, let's take a look at the color we need. This is good. Now take a look over here. Now I'm going to have the texture, and here you go, like that. And take a look at some of the texture. And this is the thicker paint. This is good. And I'm going to have just step on it on top of the shadow color. Okay, on top of the shadow color. Here you go, coming to the outside. Now you can see the texture, that the texture convey this is the tree and connect with our imagination. Okay, that's good. It's very easy to do. You're gonna hear me keep saying that, but in fact, it is easy. You may not agree with me, but it's easy. If you follow the thinking, the same thinking process, this is not hard at all. Okay, here you go. That's good. A little bit thicker pink. We're gonna use a little bit thicker pink now. Okay, here we go, like that. Tap on it. That's good. A little bit thicker pink over here. I'm gonna have the little thicker pink. I'm gonna see a little bit edge on the side here. There you go. Now, when you see the leaves and the small branches actually on top of the branches of the tree trunk, you actually have to put the light color on top of that. And here you go, like on this side, there's another tree in the back. That's good. That's good. Like that. That looks like the tree already. Pretty good. And here you go. You can use a smaller brush if you want to have even more details. Okay, that's good. A little bit coming here. That's good. I like to make it feel more expression. Use a little bit larger brush. That's good. All right, now I'm going to come back to a little bit distance. This a little bit closer, this a little bit away. Okay, here you go. Now I'm going to have a little bit lighter shape on top, like this. Now here you go. I'm going to fine tune the shape of the tree. Like that, that's good. And look at it again. There's a little bit tree like that coming down. Okay, this is good. And we're gonna make this a little bit less complete, that shape. This is good. Like that. Here you go. That little shape. And we also can put a little bit lighter of this yellow, yellow, white, and here you go, a little bit like that. And very similar. Now I'm going to see a little bit light actually inside of this. You can see that. Let's put the color there. Like that. That's good. A little bit. That's good. Okay. It looks like get more and more real. Okay. And we're going to have also a little bit lighter color and make it have a little bit white. Making sure it's enough contrast on the top over here. You can see a little bit. Oh, that needs to be even lighter. Here we go. That's right here. You can see the light over there. That's good. Coming down over here. Okay, take a look. There's no color here yet. I'm gonna put the color in here. And coming up, that's good. There you go, a little bit sharper. The value is sometimes more crucial, more important than the color here. So pay full attention to how light, how dark. It's very important. Now I'm gonna have that cover. Here you go, like that. Coming through, and I'm gonna have this color a little bit brighter, got a little bit yellow, a little bit red, and get a little bit more white. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna make this a little bit brighter. Here you go, like that. Oh, I like that texture. I'm gonna keep that. And right over here, coming all the way over here, coming all the way over here too. And that's good. Let's set the foundation for the tree on the right hand side when we paint the details, a little bit darker details a little bit later. Okay, that's good. Like that. You can see the contrast. Oh, I can open up a little bit more. Okay, a little bit more over here. That's good. A little bit sharper. Like that. I like that shape. Just keep thinking about shape, shape, shape. Okay. And small detail in the houses over here, we can do that in a moment. Very quick. And that's good. Bring down and the edge over here. Like that. That's good. And we can see a little bit gap. See a little bit light shape over there too. And here you go. Either the gap or some lighter point. Okay, that's good. And now we're gonna gradually work into the edge over here. Have some light shape. Here you go, like that. Tap on it. And that's a little bit too straight. So I'm gonna have to break something over here. Have to break it. And like this. This is good. So make the tree look more natural. Okay, this is very good. Now what I'm gonna do, we're holding on the details yet. I want to put the color up here. This is a little bit, this is very much the color we need. Let's take a look a little bit. Oh, that's too dark. Have a little bit mixed with a little red. Yeah, a little bit lighter. Here you go. Right here. You see there's a whole area. That's just the shadow side. Okay. Right here, like that. And this is very well. And take a look at, oh, we're hiding some on the top. Okay, right here. And we can have a little bit more red. Gonna get a little bit red over here. Get a little white. Now we talk about mixing color. Mixing this color with the color over here. Now look like a little bit purplish. And very nice. And the right value too. This is good. Now I'm going to use very much the same color. Might be a little bit too much red. I'm going to get a little bit blue into here. Okay. Almost the same color for all those because they are all in the shadow color. Like that. And here you go, like this. They're in a similar color tone and could be even the value. Okay, like that. Get a little texture. That's good. Let's take a look at here. Have a little bit more blue. Now here we go. Now we have this. We have a little color over here too. And now we're gonna put a little green on the top, and that would be look great. And over here also have a little bit of this, a little bit purplish color right in here. That's too light, so I'm gonna get a little blue color. A little bit blue. That's just good. A little bit blue. That's right here. That's the shadow. Okay. I'm gonna have a little shadow right over there. A little bit shadow right over here. That's just good. Now I'm gonna gradually work into this area and also the distant mountain. All right, now we can add a little bit darker color before we add the green color on the top. And let's take a look at here. And also drag a little bit darker in the shadow, but this is make it a little confusing because that could be look like the top of the top of the trees. Okay, I don't want to feel like top of the tree continue. Okay, that's good. And also a little bit darker color down over here. That's the shadow. And this is good. I don't want that color too dark in this distant mountain. Okay, that's good, like that. All right, now I'm gonna set a little bit lighter color to create a feeling of those rocky mountain. Okay, now I'm gonna take this color. Looks like this will be the color right here on the top over here, and maybe too dark. Get a little bit white mix into it. This is about good. And here you go. Look before you paint. Okay, I think this is good. A little bit red. Okay, here you go. A little bit good. And say that a little bit good. That's good. Now I'm gonna have some dry brush and just put it down. This is the side of the mountain. And a little bit warm color like that. Okay, that's good. And over here too, I'm gonna have that a little bit light orange brown color. Okay, that's good, like that. And also have, now I'm gonna put a little green color. I'm gonna get the yellow, and always leave the best for the last. Okay, this is good. I think this is a little bit too bright, and if you make it too bright, this mountain can pop up too close to us, feeling a little bit too much. I'm gonna get a little red mixed into it. So red and green is complementary. It would make it feel less intense. Okay, that's good. Now take a look at the top over here. Now I'm gonna put that in here. This is the right value. And maybe a little bit more yellow. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna have this color. Just look at it. That's good. And right on the top over here. And continue. And you can see a little bit green over here. Like that. That's good. Now I can step on it. Have a little bit like a dry color. So don't want to have this all flat because it has some shadow next to it. So step on it. That's good. And the top over here also have a little green. Like that. You see that? It's so simple. And you want to separate the painting into different layers. Okay, there's one layer at a time. Okay, that's good. Over here, have a little green. This is would be, and a little green right over here. That's good. A little green coming down this way. That's good. Have a little green on top of that. This is good. Gonna continue. A little green over here. A little green like that. A little green over here. Just continue that. Okay. There you go. That's good. A little green color. Like that. So you look like, oh, this is. I'm gonna have a little bit lighter green color. Get a little bit yellow. This is not actually much green. It's just some yellow color. I'm gonna have this a little bit clear. Okay, here you go. That's good. So the brush stroke really help to make it stand out. Okay, like that. Very good. And the top over here can be a little bit lighter. Okay, have a little bit red. A little bit red. Okay, that's good. That's good, like that. Keep the texture. Okay, add a little bit over here. Okay, that's very good. And now, it's the mountains almost there. This is pretty good. And I'm gonna have a little bit lighter. I just get a little white. I can see that a little bit lighter, but on this side, like a light brown color. Okay, a little bit more on this side. If you want, you can have a little bit more red. Okay, if you want it to be a little bit warmer, just a little more red. That's just good. Now I'm gonna have this a little bit lighter, like that. A little bit lighter. Also a little bit lighter shape, like that. Seeing this a little bit clear. Now let's take a look at here. That's a little bit lighter. A little bit light. That's good. Now we need to add a little bit shadow color. Now I'm going to take a look at. Okay. By the way, I haven't finished applying all the light color. I'm going to come back here. Have a little bit light and seeing. Yeah, actually have a little bit more brownish color. This is good. Have a little bit more white. There you go. Like that. Take a look at right in here. Just looking at the shape. If you close the eye, if you're not looking, and it may really get, you won't be able to get the description of the proper thing that you try to describe. Okay, right here, a little bit lighter. Just looking for the shape. Okay, it takes concentration. Okay, it's good. Like that. And on over here, I'm gonna make that a little bit more, a little bit thicker. Okay, here we go. Like that. That's good. One brush. Like that. Alright. Very good. Over here. Coming a little bit up. Okay. That's actually, I could leave it like that. I don't have to actually making it too much of the any dark value. Maybe a little bit. Okay, have a little red mixed into here. Maybe a little bit, but not too much. I'm gonna just take a look at where it's supposed to be right here. Okay, I think it's too dark. Okay, a little bit blue. Let's take a look at this. Can be a little bit darker. That's good. A little bit darker over here. Okay. Here you go. A little bit shape over here. That's good. And take a look at this shape. And this shape a little bit more flat. And coming down here. That's good. Now we can see the shadow. The shadow connected. And the shadow over here. A little connected. That's good. Shadow shape. That's good. I'm gonna have this shadow shape here. I'm gonna have a couple more. And you see this actually look like the bottom of something. Okay, that's good. And have a little big shadow over here too. I think this is very good already. Now, what I want to do, I'm going to get a little bit yellow. and you're gonna have lots of fun when you get to this step. Okay, now over here, I'm gonna have this coming in here. And over here, I'm gonna have a little light shape. Like this, okay, on top of that. It may be too dark. Gonna get a little bit red. There you go. And this is good. I'm gonna have this, and seeing the different texture. Seeing that, that's good. I'm gonna have at the top over here some texture. That's very good. And that's good. Here you go. Get a little bit more texture. But you don't want to do too much. I think that's just already good enough for that. Very good. And this need to have just a little bit yellow. I think there's too much red here. So I'm going to break the shape over here like that. So this is good. Okay. It's very good. Have a little bit more light yellow. And just that's good, like that. And let's take a look at the top over there. It actually needs a little bit showing a little bit shadow right here. And then need to showing a little bit shadow coming here. Like that. One brush at a time, okay. If you're feeling need to refill the color before you continue. Okay, that's good. Okay, and then take a look at the bottom over here. This is good enough. Okay, now we're gonna come into doing the boat, and then we come back to do those details, and also on this side, and then the light side, and then the rock over here, and then the painting will be finished. Okay, I'm gonna come in to use a smaller brush. Take a look at the boat. I'm using this #1 favorite shape. Okay, let's take a look at it. And I'm going to just take the white, not just the white, a little bit cool white. Okay, that's good. Look at the boat. Now here we go. Shape it well. Okay, let's see. Okay, a little bit at a time. Don't rush it, a little bit at a time. Enjoy the painting. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's good. A little bit, and it's a little bit lighter. Like that. It's very good. On the other side, okay, a little bit over here. That's good. Now coming all the way onto this side, and we can see the light shape. Okay, keep coming up. Like that. That's good. Right? Oh, the bow looks so good, right? But how much we did, it's not much, right? And it's very important to be patient. Okay, coming up over here. Now coming up gradually. I'll make it looks really good. Okay, hold on. Okay, coming up all the way to the tip over here. This is good. Now, I'm going to set a little bit brownish color. So get a little bit red, a little brownish color, yellow, mix into it. That's good. I'm going to add that to create a contrast right over here. That's good. Right over here, continue. And we're gonna have a little bit greenish and gray. A little gray. You may not see the color immediately. Over the time, you can see the difference, see the color from seeing the difference. Okay, that's good. This definitely have a little bit more yellow. That's good. And that probably too light. Okay. Close up to the boat. And now I'm gonna take a little bit blue. Make it a little bit darker, like that. Right over here. A little bit more blue. Now it's darker. Right, that's beautiful. Okay, continue. And that's good. Now we'll take a look at much darker. I'm gonna mix a little bit darker color. Yeah, that's good. That's dark enough. And here you go. And the edge over here. That's good. I think that's going up too much. It needs to come a little bit continue onto this. And I think this okay. I'm gonna have a little bit little dark color over here, a little darker line from here all the way coming over here. That's good. Like that. That's good. And let's take a look. And I'm going to still go in and mix a little bit light color, put it in the top over here. Not really that light, but I want to have this a little bit light all the way here, even a little bit lighter. And here you go, like that. That's good. I like that feeling. And I'm going to have a little darker color. This darker color also continue covering this. That's good. Like that. That's the end. I'm going to come back here and continue using this brush and have a nice tip. And I'm gonna very nice, you can make a sharper line using the right side of the brush. Take a look at here. And yeah, you got gonna have a little light shape, a little bit thicker, or it won't show. Okay. That's good. And I'm gonna do it right here. That's good. I'm gonna have even lighter. Make it even lighter, thicker. Okay. And here is much lighter. That's good. And also on the other corner, here, you have a little bit lighter. That's good. Now we're gonna fix the edge over here in a bit. Now we're gonna have a little bit light orange color. I'm gonna get the yellow, get a little red, but make sure it's just light enough, right? And I'm gonna get a little bit more yellow. I'm gonna do that for here. And a little bit yellow. And more yellow. That's good. Make this very bright. Let's take a look right here. And right over here. So this color first before we, that's good, before we add the even lighter color. Okay, here you go. That's good. Like that. And then have a little bit darker gray color, and which is we have this color here already, maybe a little bit blue, but we're gonna see. This is compared with the orange and the color and the brown color underneath, it looks like a cool enough. Maybe a little bit more blue. There, take a look. I think there's right next to, right underneath the white shape. That's good. Now you can also make that light shape even more interesting. Okay, here you go. Like that. Very good. And maybe too dark, we're gonna see. Coming over here. All the way coming here. Now we're gonna have a little bit blue. I'm gonna mix it a little bit blue over here. Let's see, a little blue, but maybe not so bright. Okay, see that, that's color. And continue. Connect that up here. Okay, a little bit darker. Okay, here we go. That's good. Okay, and the top over here also a little bit darker. There you go. That's good. Like that. All right. Now I'm going to make a little fine tuning at the end of the boat. I'm going to put this color in, and this a little bit more yellow right here. That's good. Like that. That's good. And we're gonna have the pattern in a moment. Okay, that's good. Like that. And I don't think I need to have that too much clear. I think that should be good enough. I think that's need to be just clean my brush, move that out a little bit. That's just fine. And then I'm going to use a little more white. And look at that. And the top over here, have a little bit lighter. Here you go. A little bit lighter. And now continue on the top over here. A little bit lighter. That's good. Now I'm going to set a little bit lighter yellow color right over here, right here. That's beautiful. And I'm going to have a little bit of blue color right next to it. Start having the blue continue down over here like that. This is pretty good. And also on the other side, I'm going to have a little bit gray color over here too. See a little bit connection like this. Okay, that looks very, very good already. And I think over here also doesn't need so much. I'm gonna make that a little bit skinnier like that. That's good. That's good. Like that. Now I'm gonna paint a little bit lighter, and still wet. So I'm gonna get a little bit lighter blue color, a little bluish color on the edge over here. Okay, I'm gonna have a little bit gray color, seeing the on the side over here, like that. Here you go, like that. Now get more and more details in. Now I'm gonna get a little bit lighter color right over here. Like that, that's good. And then take a look at a little bit warmer on top of the boat. Okay, a little bit warmer like this. And take a look at right in the top over here. On the side, all the way coming here, like that. That's good. All right. And the top of the boat looks pretty interesting. Now I'm going to take a look at some set a little brown color. And for the row, okay, that's good. And a little bit red. If that's not dark enough, get a little bit blue, right? That's just good. Maybe a star a little bit darker, and then add a little bit lighter. Okay, get a little bit more red. Okay, let's take a look at. There's a little road coming over here. Okay, it's good. Okay, look at the angle. That's good. Right over there. Now I'm gonna get a little bit yellow, mix it into here. Let's just make it feel a little bit more orange color, right? And a little bit go toward the orange feeling. A little bit more yellow. It's still kind of brown, but a little bit more orange brown, which is closer. That's just good. That's the color I need. Okay, here. And the top over here, put that little color here, a little bit lighter. And coming over here. They're actually pretty good already. And in the middle, and have a little bit lighter at the top. Like that. That will be fine. I'm gonna have some also this kind of, but it's a little more like not really the same color. And I'm gonna add this details, the post over here a little bit later. Now I'm gonna add the little pattern of the boat. And before I do that, I'm gonna make sure that have a nice fine-tuning edge. Okay, make it a little bit sharper. Okay, here we go. Now a little bit sharper. That's good. That's good. Now take a look at the reflection. Can come out a little bit. Just use the clean brush. Okay, you don't need to add colors. There's enough colors right here. I already have enough color on the canvas. Okay. That's good. It's very well. Now, it looks like there's too much green. So I'm going to add a little bit warmer color here to neutralize it. Okay, here you go. Like that. That's pretty good. Move that a little bit higher. Okay. And we're gonna have small brush to add a little bit more of the details a little bit later. Okay, now I'm gonna add a little bit blue color, mix it into here. Now I have a little bit darker color. Now let's see how I'm gonna do that. Okay, let's take a look. Pick That's the top over here. That's good. That's the color. And have the line over here. And you know what? We can actually paint. First do this round, and then we're going to add a little bit dark, lighter color, a little bit later. Okay, like this. Have this, like coming up. Okay, here you go, like that. And down over here, a little bit darker. Okay, here you go, a little bit darker. Now with those lines, it makes the boat even more interesting. Okay, that's good. Okay. And here you go, the bottom over here. And then a little bit more coming this way. This is good. Now we have the foundation. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a little yellow color just at the edge over here. We don't have to make it very solid, flat color. Just tap a little bit over here, a little bit yellow, a little bit yellow. That's good. And that's good. A little bit yellow here too. Okay, now I'm gonna get a little bit yellow, but a little bit red, a little bit more like a lighter value. It's just a little bit more red. That's good. Now take a look. And take a look. Now seeing this color from the left to the right, like that. It's pretty good. We don't have to make it too clear. We don't have to make it too standing out. Okay, a little bit over here. Let's take a look. And leave a little gap. All right, here we go. That's good. So the same purpose, you can use different techniques to accomplish. Okay, this is good. I'm gonna keep going and getting down a little bit lower and lower, and it just look a little bit darker and darker as well. I'm gonna mix a little red into here and a little gray. Okay, that's good. And here you go, like that. And coming down, there's another one right here. Okay, that's good. That's good. Coming over here. And at the bottom over here, you don't have to describe it that much. Okay, that's good. Okay, now the body of the boat looks pretty good. Now take a look at the reflection. I'm going to just use this color. And like that. And that's good. And just a little bit suggestions. That's good. Like that. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to add the edge over here. I'm going to make it even a little bit darker, a little bit gray. Okay, that's good. All right. Now I'm going to come to take a look at, there's some little details. I'm going to use an even smaller brush using this number 2 round brush. Okay. Now I'm going to take a look at and mix a little bit darker color. Use the blue and the red, the Windsor red and the Prussian blue. Okay, that's good. A little bit more red. Okay, take a look at where this is coming up. Before I do this, I'm making sure I have this a little bit softer. I think this a little bit too standing out a bit too much. I'm gonna be softer, blending in the color behind. Because after doing that, doing that stroke, I don't want to go back to do it again. Okay, that's good, like that. Much better. Now, here we go. Now I'm going to have this. Take a look at, start over here, coming up. Here we go. This direction, look again. That's good. Like that. Now we can make it a little bit bigger. That's good. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna have that color a little bit thicker. And here you go. That's something down over here and connect it to here. That's good. Like that, I can also emphasize this line a little bit more. That's good, like that. Okay, and I'm going to set a little bit dark color also here too. And coming down over here, like that. Now this is good. I'm going to make that background over here a little bit softer. Like that, that's the background color. Okay, now as I said, I'm going to add a little bit details, a little bit nail, like right over here. Let's take a look. One over here, just the tap on it. That's good. You don't have to make it too clear. And one over here, and one over here. Okay, that's good. And continue a little bit over here, and you won't be able to see that too clearly. Now this is good. A little reflection, and right over here, star. Look at it again. Okay, that's good. And moving that, and a little bit more. Makes a little bit more color. That's good. Here you go, like that. A little bit thicker. Like that, that's good. Look a little bit longer. And here you go, like that. And a little bit darker, a little bit thicker. Okay, again, mix a little bit blue and the red. Here you go. And here you go, like that. Nice. That's good. I also have a few lines. I have a few lines over here. There's a little bit darker over here. I have some line. I think this is good. Okay, I think the boat is pretty good. At the top over here, a little bit darker. Right here. Like that. That's good. Out, and the tip over here, a little bit more rounded. Okay, let's take a look at, we're gonna add some texture on the rock over here. Here you go. That's good. Add some a little bit texture. That's good, like that. The texture, that's good. That's good. Beautiful rock. Here you go, like that. That's good, right there. The bottom over here, a little bit deeper. That's good. That's the reflection. This is good. Now, I'm also going to have a little bit lighter value over here. You got a little bit, have a little bit lighter on the edge. Just look, observe, let's see what kind of detail it will be helpful. Okay, like that. And on top over here. That's good, a little bit dry texture. And maybe also have this dry texture coming over here too, onto the boat, like this. Oh, that looks good. And that looks very nice. Before I walk in this tree, I'm gonna walk in the light side of the mountain. So I'm gonna come back with this. Number one, I think this color is very similar to the color that we want, and maybe too bright. If we're gonna see, if it's too bright, we can neutralize that with the little bit red color. We're gonna take a look at here. And there you go. Oh, that's just too dark, right? It's very important. You see that too dark, and get a little bit more white into it. And when you mix the white color, it already make it feel a little bit more neutral. Okay. Anytime you add a little white and make it actually less bright. Okay, that's good. And so sometimes that would be what stopping you. Like say, oh, the color green. I'm gonna just put the green color over there. But however, how dark is it? And you maybe say, oh, I make it white. This is not green. This is green. This is the light shade. Okay. And this need to be lighter than the outside. Okay. So making sure you get that value correctly. Again, we talk about value, 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 value. And value is most important. Okay, here you go. Here you go, like that. And a little bit here. That's good, like that. I'm gonna have a little bit green color right here too. Very light. And see a little bit more green on the edge over here. And we change the shape of the summit of the mountain. Is this good? Now we can see a little bit more green over here too. That's good. Now, all right, now we're gonna have that the shadow side of the color a little bit. Let's see. Now when we mix that color, which is supposed to be very easy, a little bit more blue mixed into this color. This is the color. Already, this is the color. I'm going to put it over there. I'm going to mix the same color. And I'm going to take the white, put it in here. And yeah, make a little red. Here you go. A little bit more white. A little bit more white. Okay, let's take a look at definitely a little bit more red. That's good. Now you can test it if you want to see that as this. It's the same color. I think this is still a little bit too much blue. Okay, that looks very much the same color, isn't it? Let's take a look. You can see that right here. We put it over there. Yeah, even darker than that. That's just good. Okay, let's take a look. We're gonna have some color coming in over here. and coming up. I think that's maybe too dark. I'm gonna add a little bit white mix into it. That's good, like that. And mix the color well, be consistent. Okay, there, here you go. And it's beautiful. And a little bit coming through here. And look at the peak over here. I'm gonna make a little turning. Like that, that's good. Okay. Coming over here. And stop. And over here. And so dark and light, dark and light. Make a nice feeling up there. Light and shadow. Okay, here you go. Like that. A little bit small shape. And see how easy, right? Supposed to be easy. Okay, that's good. And then the color coming down over here. A little bit disappear. Okay, now we come back to clean the brush. Coming back to here, we'll take this color again. Okay, let's see. Go over here. You don't want this color too bright because it's kind of in the distance. Right? You just make it a little bit soft. Okay, now I'm gonna come back to take this color. I'm gonna add this, come a little bit more. And have a little bit smaller shape. That looks very interesting. And here you go. A little bit more. And I can add a little bit light color in here. And see that? Now I can add a little bit details. A little bit seeing, a little bit like that shape. Okay, very tiny over here too. Oh wow. See that at the top over there. Also see a little bit similar color right here. Like that. That's very good. Now I'm gonna have just a little bit lighter than this. And we can have a little bit shape coming here. A little bit even lighter. Okay, here a little bit lighter. Now you can see a little bit texture, a little detail. Look at the mountain. That's good. But seeing inside this mountain, they're not really that dark, right? It's all the color in between here. They are all in a similar value. It's very important. Now I'm going to see over here. A little turn and a little turn over here. Like that. And this a little bit more smoother. That's good. Like that. And look at again. It's a woo. I like that. But when you're looking inside, this is not much difference. Okay. You don't want to make it too much difference and too much value difference, and it's going to be a problem. And making sure that it's very subtle. The value is very subtle. That's good. That's very good. Okay, have a little bit blue. Not much, okay, just a little bit blue. Oh, that's already too much. And come back a little bit. That may be a little bit too much. Okay, come back a little. We have a little green. That's good. A little bit blue right here. That's good. Like that. Okay, so that mountain, it looks like a very finished. I'm gonna remove the color a little bit over here. Okay, move that a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna have almost the same green color, okay? And on the edge over here, can you see that? Right here. It's very, very soft, little bit color. Coming here like this. That's good. Some backlight. And over here, a little bit soft. Like that. Very nice. And I'm going to make it even a little bit more yellow, a little bit brighter. Now I'm going to come back here. See this? That's good. I'm going to have this a little bit more clear. That's good. Now I'm going to add a little bit more details in here. That's good. Like that. Now I'm going to look at here. There's interesting space, almost like this is taking lots of attention. Beautiful place. Okay, like that. Now we can really truly enjoy the details. Okay, that looks marvelous. Now the painting come together. Ooh, now let's add a little shadow. Now I'm going to use even smaller brush. Come back with this number 2 round brush. Now I'm going to make sure I'm going to add a little bit details over here, but those details should not be too dark. Okay, so making sure it's not too dark. And here you go. There's have a little rock over here. And take a look at that. A little bit rock over here. That's good. That's simple. Just have a little bit, and this color coming up like that. That's good. Keep reviewing the color. And I think over here I have a little bit red. A little bit red on this. And those are, looks like those are a little rock. Keep adding more red because they already have so much yellow in the foundation. Okay, like that, that's good. I'm going to have a little bit rock over here too. I'm going to add the light shape a little bit later. Okay, there you go. Yeah, getting the things, the detail is just so simple. And but you need to have enough expression in the overall composition. Okay, that's good. Like that. Hopefully you're having fun painting this. Okay, and I'm gonna have a little bit lighter yellow color, and over here have a little bit more yellow, a little bit too light. Okay, here you go, right here. And I have a little shape over here too. Have a little shape coming in over here. This is good. All right, I'm gonna have get a little bit white color and put back over here and see a little white shape. And take the white. Just gonna make it a little bit thicker, like that. That will be fine. And take a look at on top of this, a little bit white. This is good. Okay, and you can see we're gonna gradually painting into that. That will be a little bit later. Okay, that's good. Now take a look at the houses. But before we do the houses, let's set a little bit trees, feeling of the tree, and the back of those houses like this. Here you go. There's a little bit tree over here. And a little bit tree over here. That's good. And we're also going to make that a little bit softer, those three in the back. I also see a little bit over here too, like that. It's a step on it. Okay, that's not really tree, it's just a few shapes. That's good. I'm also going to have a little bit lighter shape in those few trees. I'm going to have a little bit lighter. And here you go. Have a little bit lighter, have a little red into it. Okay, that's good. Like that. A little bit even lighter. Here you go. Like that. You can have a little bit layering, a little bit light in shadow. That's good. Wonderful, that's good. A little bit lighter over here too. And also here, a little bit lighter. Give a little bit shadow and light. That's good. I'm going to have the white and the yellow cover a little bit on the edge. That's good. Now we're going to paint the tiny house. That's good. Let's zoom in. Let's take a look. Let's paint the darker color before the lighter color. Those are simple shapes. Okay, now I'm going to take a look at this. Is a little bit gray blue colors, right? And a little bit red. I think this is the right color. Mostly it's a little bit cool, right? Okay, let's take a look at the main house first. And in that case, actually I'm going to have a little bit more the red into it on the shadow side. That main house. Okay, right here. Right close to the water. Right here, that's good. And think again. Okay, don't rush. That's good. Like this. The size of this house also can affect all other small houses. So it may be not be that big. Okay. Maybe it can be smaller. We're gonna see that, make a little smaller. That's just the shadow side. Okay, that's good. And the front over here, and the side right here. That's good. Okay, so that's just the shadow side, and the other house a little bit darker. And the front over here. And here you go, right here. Like that. Okay, that's fun. Now I'm gonna have the green color next to here, and then see a little the detail of the tree. That's too dark. I'm gonna have it come back a little bit. A little gray, okay, like that. That's good. And a little bit tree on the side over here. That's good, like that. So making sure the tree actually making the house stand out. So making sure that has enough shade, the green shade next to the house. Okay, that's good. Now we're going to continue with the shape and take a look at in a little distance. And there's another house right here. I may not need that house, but I need this house right here. That's good. That's good. And maybe just one instead of two. Okay, I'm gonna make it a little bit darker. That's good. Lighter. That's totally too dark. I'm gonna get even lighter. And there we go. Just mix the color right on the canvas. Now that's good. That's good. On the other side, I have a little bit brownish color. Yeah, a little bit brown. Here you go. Like that. That's good. Oh, actually here, it actually house. I thought that's a tree. I'm gonna have actually here the house right here. A little bit like this, and I actually have tree next to it. Yeah, here we go. A little bit darker on the side over here. Okay, that's good. And on top of that, you actually see a little bit darker, the rooftop. And here you go, like that. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's very nice. And that's good. And I have a little bit shape right next to it. A little bit shape over here. Okay, that's good. A little bit dark shape over here too, like that. And that's good. I have a little bit small shape and the mountain over there. That's just good. I have a little bit tree feeling to the shape of the tree coming up and also coming over here. A little bit like that. Okay, a little bit over here. Okay, that's good. Okay, I don't really need to have that clear. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna paint the houses. Now first I'm gonna have the very light, that's the white, put it on the top of that roof. That is gonna become very interesting in the reflection too. I'm gonna, you see that? Here. Okay. Slowly, be patient. Okay. Very nice. Okay. I'm gonna make it a little bit thicker. Okay, here you go. Look at the brush. Think about how you're gonna apply that tiny, tiny brush stroke. Looks nice. I'm gonna have a little bit light shape over here too. That's good. And a little bit light shape right in front of the house. Make it a little bit smaller shape. That's good. And I think that a little bit like this. Here you go. That's good. Now I'm going to paint it into the reflection. Looking at that, right here. It's beautiful. More, a little bit more. Okay, that maybe that's too much. Now I'm going to make it a little bit softer. Okay, now I'm going to have that a little bit softer, like that. Like a little bit growing. But you won't miss it. This is very important shape. And that's good. Okay, that's a little bit orange color. Okay, a little bit. yellow, a little bit white, a little bit orange. Let's get a little bit orange brown color. That's good, like that. Also have a little bit darker gray green color and the reflection of those three. You see that you can enjoy all the fun details at this point. Okay, here we go. Like that. Now I'm gonna add a little bit more white back to the wood top and think this into a little bit more the reflection. That's good. Like that. Now I'm gonna have a little bit light blue color mesh at the other wood top. Okay, here we go. Now take a look at it here. That's just, I thought it's too dark, but actually, it's actually too dark. That's good. Put it here. Oh, this is good. Let's see, that looks like a little wood top. And over here, a little bit sharper. That's good. Like that. I'm gonna have a little bit darker on the shadow side. Have a little bit red, and here you go. On this side, making sure a little bit more clear shadow. That's good. Okay. Maybe too dark, so I'm gonna have a little gray color setting in. I don't want to correct everything. Okay, that's good. A little bit open up, a little bit more. That's good. Okay, now I'm gonna have a little bit dark color for the chimney. Wow, you can paint the chimney. Okay, that's good. Like that. And by the way, the little house, the roof, I want to make it even thicker. I'm gonna have, you go. Get a little bit more titanium white. I'm gonna have this a little bit bigger as well. Okay, that's you go. That's good. And right under, I don't want that to be so light. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. Now I also want to shrink the top over here. Move the color over. And now remove a little bit of the shape of the wood top. This is good. Now I take a look at on the other side. There are two other roof and a little bit lighter. Just think about how light that compared to the yellow color that you already have surrounding that. I'm gonna make this a little bit light brown color, but need to be lighter than the green. So make sure that okay, still need to be lighter. Okay, a little bit more white. Here you go. Just look at it. That's good. Perfect. Okay. And I'm gonna have a little smaller shape over here, a little light shape. Actually seeing people now. I'm gonna actually seeing some of the path, the road coming down like this. And a little bit blue. And a little bit blue coming over here. You see that? A little bit like that. See right here coming down. Oh, that's good. And maybe too much. Okay, that's too light. I'm gonna just get rid of that partially. Okay, that's a little bit too much. Okay, a little bit lighter. That's good. Now also gonna reshape those three a little bit. Okay, like that. Okay, that's good. I can see actually some people there too. It's amazing. Let's get a little bit dark, a little bit light color, like a little bit brownish color. Okay, I'm gonna have like this. That's good. Like that. Very nice. And I think the houses is already enough suggestions. Now I see a little bit closer and closer. I see a little bit interesting. And the top over there. And see a little, looks like a little tree. But that's maybe lighter. There's a little bit tree over here. Like that. A little bit over here. And here you go. I'm gonna have a little bit shape onto the side. And here you go. And a little bit shape. They're making it so interesting. Okay. Like this. A little bit over here. That's good. A little bit coming in. Okay. That looks pretty good. Now let's take a look at the tree over here and make sure I'm gonna describe that a little bit better. And let's see the tree like that. Okay, and also on this side, we also need to reflection of this. That's good. That's beautiful. And also a little bit of this house. Oh, that's good. A little bit. Like that. And I have a little bit brownish color of this house. That's good. Okay. Very nice. All right. Now let's finish the painting. The rock over here is just pretty simple. And I'm going to use this #1 figure shape brush. I like the shape of that. At first I'm going to paint a little bit darker for the shadow. I'm going to take the yellow, almost like a brown, have a little red. Okay, that's good. A little bit darker, deeper colors. Okay, that's good. And take a look. And right over here. Right, so there's some rock over here. So paint the shadow first. And I'm going to get it out a little bit more. I have those coming out over here. Looking for the shape, looking for the darker shape for the shadow. Here you go, like that. And if you look for the shape, it just seems so easy. Okay, now there is the middle. Let's continue on this side. Actually, a little bit over here. I'm going to paint the dark color first. Okay, here you go. A little bit darker color right over here. And that's good. Coming over here, and there's a little bit darker color, and then you can see the top and the reflection, and that's good. And by the way, and the tree trunk, I can need a little attention. Okay, that's good, like that. I can also add a little bit light brown color, which is more like an orange color, light brown color. And here you go. I'm gonna have this, and also here too. A bit small, a little bit thinner. And here you go. Thinner line. That's good. Like that. That's very good. I'm gonna have that a little bit over here too. Okay, that's good. That looks very nice already. Okay, let's take a look at the rock. The rock first, I'm gonna have this other brown color. Okay, here we go. The little bit brown color over here. The other brown color at the top. And here you go. And a little bit brown color set in between the shadow. Okay, that's good. And keep mixing a little bit more yellow, red, and a little bit blue. That will be the color we need. Okay, that's good. And then there's the rock, and there's the rock, and there's a little rock over here. It's how easy, right? I keep saying it's easy, but it's actually easy. It's just look at things in the proper way, not keep thinking about it as tree and then you don't know what to do. Because when you think about tree, immediately you think about what's the shape, what's just the color, and that's it. If you think that way, everything is easy. Because how hard you see the shape, huh? If you have problems seeing the shape, then you need to be in the classical training program, and you'll be able to get trained to see the shape and proportion. Okay, right here. That's good. Also on this side. Everything trainable, everything learnable. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna have a little bit. First, make sure that the dark color is already enough. Like that's the shape over here. That's good. And the top and the bottom. Okay, right here. And the shape, the dark shape over here. Okay, like that. And now we're gonna add a little bit lighter shape. Okay, now I'm gonna take the white, mix into here, just a little bit lighter. I always start from the color that more. That's good right here. That more actually general shape color before you painting into the specific smaller shape. Like what we're doing is the light side. Like that, that's good. And a little bit lighter shape. That's good. like that. A little bit later, right here. There you go, a little bit light shape, like that. And you're gonna see a little light shape in the reflection. Okay, and what else do we need to do? Okay, all right, there's a little bit filled in a little bit brown color, a little bit brown color in the reflection. And now we're gonna work into the reflection. Okay, that's good. Now, I'm gonna go a little bit white. Here you go, right here. A little bit white, right here. That's good. I'm gonna have a little bit darker green color over here, painting around. It's a little bit green color. Okay, not too dark. A little bit later. Here you go, like that. There you go, like that. Have a little bit darker. Yes, it's the shadow color coming down like this. Okay, that's good. So little bushes. I don't really need to fill that tree over there. That's just fine. Don't need that tree. That's just good. Alright, now I'm going to take a look at the reflection. I'm just going to move this color, blend it in, have a little bit softer feeling. Here you go, a little bit softer feeling coming in. You don't have to make it too thick either, the color. And the way it is now, it looks pretty good. I'm going to have that a little bit softer, very soft coming in. This is good. And okay, have a little yellow in here. I want to have a little yellow in here. A little yellow and white. Okay, here you go. Have a little bit lighter color like that. Feel a little bit glowing feeling. That's just good. And over here, we have some yellow color here. Does look like a little tree here. And then over here, it should a little bit yellow. Little tree over here too. Okay. Now it looks very good. And I'm going to have this little bit lighter color. There's a reflection of that color. That's good, like that. And also right on the surface of the water, and the line over here, we can also draw a little bit thin line, like that, going through, like this. This is pretty good. I'm gonna have a little bit later, like that, a little bit more white. Here you go, like that. A little bit rock over here. A little bit rock over here too. Reflection. Okay, that's very well. I'm gonna take a look at the little light shape, the gap on the light side. Oh, beautiful. Now I'm gonna come to here too. Like that. That's pretty good. Pretty good. I'm gonna make it a little bit softer here. Like that. And a little bit brownish color. Okay, like that. Okay, I'm gonna bring this color a little bit higher. Okay, this is good. Now I'm gonna work into organizing the reflection. You see that this is not really that clear in that. That's good. That's very good. Now take a look at this shape. This shape is here. I'm gonna have a little bit green, okay, a little bit yellow, okay, just a little bit green right here. That's a part of this shape. Okay, here you go, like that. It's much better. So keep in mind that in the reflection, the color also softer. Okay, a little bit over here, a little bit softer, like that. Now the reflection looks very good. And over here, I'm going to refine that a little bit more better, like this. And here you go. And over here, I'm also going to have a little bit lighter, and a little bit lighter here. And keep in mind, we are painting wet into wet. It's good, like that. And I have a little bit lighter shape over here. I'm just going to blend it in. There's a little bit shape over here like this. To keep the brush stroke. Okay, that's good. Okay, here we go. And like that. That's good. And there's perfect color. This is good. I'm gonna have this a little bit red and a little bit blue. Okay, like that. I'm gonna see that little bit blue color right here, and I have some clear edge. That's good, like that. Okay, I think the shape over here looks is pretty good, good enough. Okay, and I think the outside over here can be a little bit lighter. So I'm gonna just take this color. It's a little bit lighter. Okay, now I'm gonna make this just a little bit lighter. Let me see. Okay, here we go, like that. That's good. Because that's a little bit high. Now the painting gets better and better and better and better every single minute. Okay, I'm gonna make this a little bit softer. Just use the clean brush, no color. Just make it a little bit softer like that. The reflection look more real. Okay, here you go. That's good. I like it. And inside over there, in this color, I'm gonna have a little bit more red. Okay, like that. This is great. Now looking at this area, this is actually very simple. I'm gonna just mix a little green color. Right, I'm gonna have the yellow. Have that. This is good. I already get the color. And use the brush, holding it like this. Now let's see. I'm gonna just apply the light layer of green color on. They're showing the green leaves, the tree over here. I'm making sure you see all the connections of that. And you see that right here. This is the shade coming over here. I'm gonna get a little bit thicker, get a little bit yellow, a little bit thicker. Here you go. Now put it over here. And there's a whole shape over here like that. And a little bit over here too. That's good. And coming down, continue. And then coming down to close to the boat. And here you go. That color. That very light green color. And coming over here too. And coming. I'm going to use a little bit bigger brush. It's a little bit too small for this purpose. Now I'm going to come back, use the number 6 And here you go. Mix the green and mix the blue with the yellow color. Get the green. This is good. I'm gonna get a little red too, because there's a little touch of red, making it feel a little bit more less bright. There you go, like that. Just tap on it. Okay, like this. This is good. I can see that that's just a little lighter green color in the shadow. Okay, that's good. Now, have a little bit more. You see this? Actually, there's a little bit more. There's a whole similar color is put together as a whole shape composition. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna set a little bit darker color. I'm gonna get the red. Again, get the red. I'm gonna find a place that has not much white paint. Okay, that's good. A little bit blue. This is good. Now when you see this, actually seeing this a little bit dark. You don't want this color too thick because that's supposed to be setting in. Okay, that's good. And see that, that's good. Here you go, like this. And here you go. Like that. Now you can see the different layering. Let's get a little bit darker color here too. Okay. Alright, that's good. The color over here. Now you can see the nice layer. Okay. Now what I want to do, I'm going to start at the very dark shape. This is good. The blue color over here. Make it a little bit dark. Get a little bit red. Alright, now I'm going to use the tip of the brush like this. Here we go. That's the last layer. There you go, like this. That's good. Now here you go. Have a little bit more shape. That's nice. And have a little bit shape over here. And have this. That's a little bit bigger shape. Like that. Okay, that's good. Over here too. A little bit more distracting this. Okay, here you go. That's good. Now I'm gonna have this a little bit darker color right next to the bowl. Make the bowl a little bit more clear, a little bit more polished. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's pretty good. Now I'm gonna also add this a smaller brush. Add the very light, very much the same but brighter. Okay, a little bit yellow with the white. I'm gonna see that a little bit backlight. I see that. Here you go. Ooh, that's good. Here you go. A little bit light right next to. That's good. Like this. Here you go. Keep continue. I also see a little bit light see through here. Oh, look at that. They're really getting the attention right to the bowl. That's good. Oh, you will love it when you get to this point. A little bit yellow. See the backlight. Okay, a little bit over here too. Okay. Now we have to have this. Not so much. This is part of the shadow side. Gonna soften that. Okay. Now this is good. Getting those light. It's beautiful. Okay, here we go. Break that shape. Okay, that's good. That's good. Now I'm gonna see a little bit shape, a little bit softer in the back over here. So it's a little bit softer, add a little bit red to it. I'm gonna see that a little see-through in the back. When you do that in watercolor, you know what to do, right? Either use the masking or you're going to paint around that. Okay, that's good. That's good. A little bit lighter shape over here. I think it's a little bit brighter, so make it a little bit red with the yellow. Okay, a little bit brighter. A little bit white. Okay, this shape. Okay, that's good. Like that. Look before you're making the decision. Okay, that's good. And the top over there, also see a little sky color. I'm gonna use the white, mix it into this little bit bluish gray color. And I have a little bit more blue. Oh, that's too much. I'm gonna mix that again. Okay, that's good. All right, here we go. Like that. So see through the sky. Okay, that's already good enough. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna have a little bit more dense, a little bit more condensed area right here. That's good. Now I have a little bit more. Now I'm gonna paint the branch, the feeling of the branch. Now here we go. I'm gonna have a little bit more warmer, lighter, brownish color. Okay, but you know that there's still wet, so whatever color you put in, it would be blending into the color they're already there. And so even though there's still gonna coming down here, that's good, like that. And I have a little one over here, and there you go, like that. That's good. So a little tree, and now I'm going to mix the little green color again. I'm going to cover on top of this tree trunk, the branch, cover it on the top. Okay, cover that on the top over here. Okay, have also a little bit yellow color right on the top over here too, like that. Very nice. All right, now this painting. Oh, and the back, the top over here, the reflection of those very sharp color. So I'm gonna just have a little yellow mixed into this, and this is good. Now I'm gonna have this, just the dragging. Okay, making sure it's dry enough. Okay, like this. Horizontal. I'm gonna get a little bit red and a blue. Here you go, like that. This is good. I'm gonna have left some dry brushes like this. This is good. Now after that, I'm gonna just have some white shape, really white shape over here, put in the middle. Okay, here you go, like this. The big shape. Okay, here you go. Like that. And let's take a look at the sky one more time. In the reflection, I think this side can I have a little bit more clear. Okay, here you go, a little bit more clear over here. All right, now this painting is finished.